Hello. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Great. So we're live on air. Hi everyone. We're here for the second Global Challenge Finals judging session. This one is for two themes, for energy and for sustainable business. And we're going to see hopefully up to 4 of the finalist teams who have been selected by local city judging panels all around the world, in cities around the world. Today we're going to see Purify M.E from Bangalore. Abrar is going to present his project, or his team's project. We're going to see Run on the Sun from London. Thomas is going to present that project. And we're waiting for Low Carbon Councils, also from London, to join us, and Electric Grid from Hyderabad. I'm very happy to be joined again by Hugh Knowles, who's the Head of Innovation at Forum for the Future, and Uren Bosma, who is the Program Director of the Smart Energy Program at the Rockstart Accelerator, our venue for Hack for Good in Amsterdam. Hello both, thanks for joining us.
Okay.
Hi, good morning.
No.
And teams, thank you for joining to present your projects to the world. I think it's a really nice opportunity to really showcase to the world what we've been doing over the 48 hours of the weekend, and just what sort of things can be accomplished. So I'm going to go straight to, we're going to do 3 minutes with your team, followed by up to a couple of minutes of Q&A from the judges. The judges will be filling in scorecards, and we'll also have some time to have a look if you do have live demos or any other materials for them to look at over the course of the day. They'll be submitting their ratings by midday tomorrow. So let's go straight into it. Abrar, hi.
Okay, hi.
Good to see you. So I'll give you 3 minutes to introduce yourself and your team and your project, and show us what you've done.
Okay, so my time starts now.
Yes.
All right. My name is Abrar. Hello, everybody. And I have two other teammates, that is Rufus and Mahesh, who have helped me out with the project. We are from Bangalore, India, and our project name is Purify Me. Okay, the M stands for minimizing waste, and E stands for earning. So basically, we have come up with a website which buys and sells waste. All right, so this problem initially is started at personal level, wherein I go out of my house every day and I see a huge amount of waste, and there's no waste, there's no proper waste disposal. So I thought we can come up with an idea wherein we can actually show people that the waste that they throw, starting from individual level to company level, can be reused by different companies. We have many different companies starting up. One of them is my friend's mother. She's also starting a company where she's trying to convert wastewater into biogas or other useful products. But the problem with these startups are that they don't get the amount of waste that they require. And most of the money and resources are wasted in segregating this waste. And as individuals, we don't help them with it. We just throw the waste. So what I thought was, if we create a website for doing this, it'll become easier for both sides. Now, obviously, we need a push for humans to do something. So when you have your exams, and only then you get the fear and you actually start studying, right? So I included the push of uh, money. So what the website does is, everybody is cre- uh, creating waste, right? From individuals to companies. So these people register to my website, right? And they are producing waste. So they have to fill a form. That is, they tell what kind of waste that they produce, right? And then there are companies who need these kind of waste. So they also register and tell us that they need this kind of waste, maybe papers or bottles or aluminium. So depending on that, we integrate these two, and the people who are producing waste, we show them the companies that want their waste. and the companies which need the waste, we show them the people that are producing these kind of waste. So it is like a marketplace for these two to interact among themselves. And also, the companies which take in waste will obviously convert them into useful products or energy, right? So they can maybe give a part of their profits to people who are helping them collect waste. So this can help us have a better waste management system, because in the country where I come from, we have a very poor management system. So this is one initiation to solve and get a better waste management system. So our website is working. I can show you a rough demo of it. Uh, can can everybody see it? Okay, so that's the rough demo. Can people see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Okay,
see.
yeah, so we have the home screen wherein we have two buttons: sign in if you have already created an account, and sign up is you have to fill who you are. If you are an individual, you fill a form. If you are an organization, you fill a form. And then we have about us, and then we have these are dummy pics, but we can these later will turn into pics of organization who are connected with us. So this rough dummy pics currently, and we have contact if anyone wants to contact us. So this is our home page, and then we have something like this, wherein when you log into your account, it will look something like this, wherein you can type the kind of waste you have, and they will show you the different companies who want to buy it. Now the demonstration of this will be done by Rufus. So Rufus, could you just show them the rough demo of how this works?
Okay.
That's
Okay.
your 3 minutes. So better make it very very quick,
Okay,
please.
yes, Rufus, just show them how the search works.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll just show you how exactly it will work. So this is the registration form which Abrar showed you. So here, when you just sign in with your username and the password, it will just give you the details of the people who are ready to sell, and who what type of waste they are ready to sell, whether they are individual or organization. It will give you the complete details. So the columns, fifth and sixth column will give you the details about whether the user is an individual or organization, and what type of waste he is interested in. This is we are pulling out this data based upon the user who logs in and his own interest. If that particular user, if he wants to search for other type of waste, for example, if he wants to search for animal waste, he can just uh, search over there. So when he search for the animal waste, we will give him the details who all have this waste, and is it any organization or individual, and we will get the complete details about them. So in this way, the user is benefited in two ways. Well, he can either search for his own interest type, or if he is looking for some other type, he can just search for that.
So I think that is it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Abra and Rufus. Hugh, do you have any questions?
Yeah, if I can start. You mentioned at the beginning that the primary incentive for people to do this would be money, if I understood you correctly. Have you also thought about other incentives, like more sort of a gamification or reputation system for people to have an incentive to share their waste with those who need it?
Okay. There are some people who are voluntarily wanting to um, have a better waste disposal method. So they can just voluntarily give their waste to a different company. Otherwise, if they don't feel that this is beneficial, because sometimes it might happen, people might question us saying, why do we use this website, right? I mean, they would say, I can just throw in here we have a problem wherein people just throw the waste in waste disposal lands. So if they find the waste is already there, they try to again throw it there. Okay, and they don't segregate it. So we have certain laws in this country which says that waste segregation is important, and if you don't do it, you will be fined. But it doesn't work that way. People are still not segregating waste. So getting a money factor into this will make them a little greedy, and they will feel like, okay, if I segregate it and give it to companies, they'll give me incentives. And maybe depending on different companies, if they want to give something else like goodies or something else other than the money, we can include that too. So that's about it.
Okay.
But initially people become greedy through money, so that's one factor, but they can have many other incentives along with it.
No, I agree with you. The question is the waste valuable enough to make a real money incentive? I've been involved in quite a few startups in this area, and most of the times it was hard to find the types of waste that are really valuable to make sure that the incentive actually is money. So that's why they have been looking at different systems like reputation systems or rewards, gamification, etc. So that's the reason for my question.
Okay. Uh, okay.
So my question was carry. You want to carry on and answer?
No, I actually didn't get it clearly. What he expects from. Well, I didn't get his question clearly.
It was not the final one. Was not a question. It was just
Okay, yeah, it's a suggestion, more like a,
additional
okay.
remark. Yeah.
Okay, then I got it right.
My question was linked to that.
So-
Was how are you going to act price levels, and if you are just a piece of advice would be to start with materials that do have value rather than all waste materials. So start with like aluminium, which is a very valuable material which can be endlessly recycled.
Could you repeat? I didn't get you clearly.
So are you going to be involved in setting prices?
No. We are just creating a platform wherein people can interact, okay? And the companies which will be using aluminium will be setting the prices, because we cannot, because the companies will know their profits better than what we, as outsiders for the company, we will not know how the perfect range or the profits to set. So the companies who are taking in the aluminium waste will set the profits, and we will just be displaying it for them in our website.
Okay.
Does
Great.
that answer the question?
Yeah.
Can I ask one more question, or is the time finished? Yeah, one more. Okay. So, have you thought about how to facilitate the transport of waste between the ones that have it and the ones that want it? So, have you thought about having collection points or something like that, and people registering like that?
Yes, I have thought about it. So the first version of this website that is currently working is I try to I try to display the list of companies who want their waste depending upon two factors. The first factor is we will display the companies depending upon the type of waste that they require. So if me as an individual register that I'm giving out aluminium waste, I'll get to see all the companies that want to take aluminium waste only. And second factor is depending on the nearby address, nearby location. So I can see all the companies that are near to my area who wants this waste, right? So now the first version of this website is we just show them the places where they can give out this waste. So the companies and the addresses where they can. So as individuals, if they want to give out the waste and get incentives, they can go to these companies and give out the waste and take their incentives. And if company need more waste, so they can come to these individuals and take it from their houses, right? The second version of this website, if this is a successful website, What we can do is we can include third parties wherein they do the work and they also get a part of the profit. But currently we're only working on the version 1 of this website, and the version 1 of this website is currently ready.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Abra and Rufus. So next, we're going to move on to Run on Sun. So Thomas, over to you.
Hi. Let me just share my screen.
And after Run on Sun, we'll go on to low carbon councils, as I see that Jason managed to join. Hi, Jason.
All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Shall I start?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so my name is Tom Edwards. I'm from London. The rest of my team are Philippa Hack, Bree Murphy, and we worked with Guy Shrubsole and Wendy Uren from Friends of the Earth, and had a little bit of support from Adam Spears as well. And we're all based in London. And our project is to get schools to run on sun. So basically, so the charity Friends of the Earth is running a campaign to try to get all schools in the UK to run on solar power. Currently, only 3% of schools have solar panels. So solar panels have plummeted in cost in recent years. They have, in fact, dropped prices by 99% in 35 years, and recently gone down quite a lot. The school could earn up to, say, £8,000 a year by installing 50 kilowatts of solar panels on their roofs. So what we want to do is build an online tool to make it easy for schools to calculate how much electricity they're generating, how much money they could save, and how many years it would take for them to make back the money that they spent on buying the solar panels. So first of all, we focused on a test location in Barnet, which is a borough of London. Here we got data for all the postcodes of all the schools, and how much electricity they generated last year and how much they spent. We also have, from the Ordnance Survey, open data on the polygons of every building in London. And what we've done is isolated which of these buildings belong to schools. And we've written some Python codes to read in the polygon data and calculate the areas of these school buildings, so the area of the roof. And what I've done with this is write codes that can calculate how much solar energy you can generate, assuming a flat roof. So this code takes into account the area of the roof, the solar irradiation, the feed-in tariff rates, export tariff, etc. Yes, we built a front end. We built a website to display this. So I'll just show you this website now. There it is. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so you scroll down. It tells you about the campaign. And scroll down a bit further, and what you do is you can enter your school into the search engine. So let's have a look at St. Vincent's School, for example, or let's have a look at a different one. Annunciation RT Junior School. So last year they used 38,000 kilowatt hours of energy and spent £3,500 in bills. And if they installed solar panels covering about 5% of the roof, they could save £1,000 a year. It would cost about £8,000 to buy the solar panels, and it would take about 7.88 years, about 8 years to make back the money. If I try St. Vincent's, so here you have it will take about 7 years for you to break even.
Tom, that's your time.
Okay, cool.
I gave you 5 minutes.
Yep. Right. I'll just 30 seconds. So what we've done is we've built a proof of concept sun exposure simulation tool that shows you the best places to put the solar panels on the roof. It calculates how much radiance you get. So this is used as satellite LiDAR mapping data. And basically what we need to do next is hook this up with the front-end website. We need to get more accurate school polygon data and implement roof detection algorithms for the satellite data, and to take into account the discrete size of the solar panels rather than having a continuous size. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Judges, any questions?
Yeah, I can start again if that's okay. So I like what you built in just 48 hours, and I was just wondering, do you have any idea of how many schools are currently thinking about doing solar panels? Is it really an awareness challenge that you're trying to solve? Because in my experience, lots of schools want this, but the challenge becomes when they start thinking about how to organize it and how to fund it. Do you have any comments on it?
Yeah. So one of the things we didn't get around to in the end, but we were going to do, is at the bottom of the website we were going to put up a link to email your local council. So depending on which area your school was in, it would come up with a different link, and it would have an email template, and then you can email your local council and ask for a loan. But basically, this website makes it easy for you to work out how much money you can save, and you can tell them exactly how much money you want for a loan to buy solar panels. And basically, it's not just an awareness tool. It's more of a sort of working out how much it would cost, what the costs are, and so you can figure out. But it's a way of encouraging them as well, because they might think it's completely unreasonably expensive and they wouldn't make any money from it. But this tells them otherwise.
Okay, thanks.
So my question is, glad to see at the end you were talking about orientation, because having had PV installed, I know that is the key issues as well as shading.
Yeah, definitely.
So would it be possible for your plan in an area? These are the 10 schools that have the best potential, and therefore those are the ones that a community of people should focus on.
I mean, yeah, that's certainly possible to do. If we do this, use this tool for various schools, and then rank the ones with the most solar potential, then we could focus on those and maybe send out a campaign to those schools from our side. But I mean, yeah, also this tool is to be used by head teachers and counsellors themselves. I mean, we are initially focusing on schools, but I mean, this could be extended to normal households as well. Sorry, did that answer your question? I'm not sure if it did. Oh.
Hugh seems to have dropped off.
Okay. Hi, Hugh. Sorry, do you want me to repeat the question again? And
yeah.
Sorry.
It was just, yeah. It was. I mean, Because I think the idea, if you can identify the ones with most potential, then that is obviously the place to start, because you've got the greatest return on your kind of investment in terms of time and effort.
Yeah, I mean,
and so I agree that it could be a tool.
We could put some kind of ranking in of schools at the so at the bottom of the website we say these are the schools for the most potential, and maybe rank them by how many years it would take for them to make back the money, or rank them by how much energy they could generate, how much bills, money they could save. So that's certainly something we could implement. I'll have to write that down so I forget.
All right, thank you, Tom. So we have now got Jason as well, so we can move on to Jason and low carbon councils.
Hello, everybody. I'm just going to set up my screen share. Bear with me one sec. Cool. Okay. Right. Straight into the presentation. Can everybody see that? Can everybody hear me? All right. Okay. So at the weekend, I was involved in the low carbon councils team here in London. So it was me, Jason Nealon, Benj Petit, Paul Allen, and Mike Simpson. So where this idea came from was from myself and Mike, who'd been very heavily involved in renewable energy cooperatives here in the UK. So that's basically groups of people getting together to install renewables and look at energy issues in their local area. So I'm involved in a group called Repowering London, and Mike is involved in the Bristol Energy Cooperative. So the site we built is called Low Carbon Councils. You can go to the URL below and take a look at it during the demo as well. So a bit of context, the problem, we need to expand our renewable energy capacity. In the UK, councils have a pretty critical role in this, and up to now they've not been usually supportive. Obviously some councils have been quite good, but they haven't been usually supportive of doing this. Why councils are important is because they control the planning process. So basically they can either assist or stop your project going through. A second quite big factor is that they own an awful lot of buildings. So a council will own all the sort of council offices, the library. They will control, but not directly own the schools. They own indirectly all of the social housing in an area, and they'll also have a lot of sort of wasteland and sort of land banks as well. So councils can help you get your project done, and they can actually provide a place for where you can install capacity. So in order to promote councils into sort of doing the right thing on this and assisting groups to make projects happen, we created a ranking for councils. So this ranking is based on the renewable capacity that's been installed in their area. And we do that by taking some open data that's provided by the Department of Energy and Climate Change on the renewable capacity, and then dividing it by the number of households in that area. So what we also did as well was to group councils together. So we didn't think it was really fair to compare somebody in Scotland to somebody in London, because it's very different environments and very different situations. So we've also sort of grouped councils amongst councils around them, and I think that's kind of useful if you can say, well, my council isn't doing very well, but the council next door seems to be doing something better. I wonder, what they're doing that's making more renewables happen. So as well as that, we've included some stuff to promote action. So we've got links to the council's Twitter account, so you can tweet at the council and say, can you do more and also a comments section. And we've got a lot of ideas about how to sort of improve the action part of it. So I'm going to go to the demo now. So here's the site. Low
Just
carbon
less than
councils.
1 minute left.
Okay. So on the left-hand side, you can see a map of the UK. So the councils that are doing well are in dark colors. We've got the top 5 councils here, the bottom 5, and you can scroll down by region. So let's look at a council that's doing quite well. So there's Orkney. So they're the best council in Scotland by this rank, which is something Orkney can probably shout about, which is really cool. And you can see here the number is broken down a bit more. So let's go out again and look at another example. So we can scroll it out, and it's going to go down to London, where I live. And what's quite nice is you can sort of browse around and see the different parts of London and compare and see the different rankings. A little bit slow. The rankings should load in a second. Let's give it a sec. So you can see that Camden, for example, is 27th out of the 33 London councils. There's Wandsworth and Peckham. And here's a good example. So there's Kensington. So Kensington, Chelsea is the richest borough in the country, but it's also bottom in London and actually throughout the UK for renewables. So you can see here, here's an example of another council that's quite good, Bexley. So that's kind of important to say. Here's a council that's doing quite well, and you can tweet at your council to say, "Hey, Kensington, you can be doing better on renewables." Summarize. We've used open data to do this, and this data comes from DEC, so we can update it every 3 months. There's a bit of stuff there about the tech. What we're planning to do next is basically polish this a bit and get it out there. We think it's really useful in sort of making that data more public, but also producing a ranking, because councils love those, and sort of creating hopefully a bit of competition between councils to do better. Some of the stuff we're planning to do is obvious technical stuff like postcode search, but also engaging more with individual councillors, because they think they're probably more effective or more in touch for making change happen.
No, we better go. Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Cool. Any questions? I guess.
Yeah, I have a question. Can everybody hear me again? Yeah. Sorry. So this is great, of course, to show how councils rank, and I'm sure it will lead to lots of discussion if it gets a bit of PR. So can you explain a little bit of what's holding back councils right now to invest in renewable energy, and how this will help them do so?
So what's holding back councils at the moment is probably they're large organizations, and there's a lot of bureaucracy in them. So you need two things to happen. You need political will on one hand, and you need to help people inside the council make a case for this. So I think engaging with councillors is probably quite a good way to do that, because it's quite a positive thing for councillors to be engaged in. So if we can engage the councillors at one level and help officers of the council at the other side with providing them with the data, which is sort of hidden away in spreadsheets at the moment, and share those positive stories, then I think there can be some momentum to do it. But I think I think it's just a case that they have other concerns, at the moment, and this isn't a priority for them, so it needs to be made a priority. I think what will happen this year is that Bristol, for example, are European capital, green capital, and they're going to be doing a huge amount. They're going to put solar panels on every single one of their buildings, apparently. So I think when something like that happens, it will galvanize other councils to do the same. I think economically, there's a lot of arguments for them to do it. They have actually huge amounts of money. They have very large cash reserves that they could invest in this. So I think it's possible, but as usual, it needs the political will to make it happen. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it does. So maybe one follow-up question. So you are showing the current installed capacity, right, of the renewable energy, and I was wondering if you'd also take into account the actual potential it has, or whether you just assume that the potential is the same for each council.
We haven't incorporated potential.
Jason, you're still on screen share, by the way.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we haven't included potential, although that's kind of an interesting thing to do. We thought it was important to compare like people who were sort of similar, so that's why we did we ranked London by London because it's it's not, London councils are like much smaller, but I think it's quite a big job to do the whole solar mapping thing. So we sort of focused on the elements that we did.
Okay.
But that's certainly something to do.
Yeah, that was going to be my question. Was how much it was linked to potential? So that was. Thanks for asking that.
Okay.
Good. Dan, do we have another team coming on, or?
Dan, you're on mute.
Thank you. Like we do actually, we've been trying to contact them via all channels. So we might be able to slot them in for another session on a related topic later today. So it looks like it was just these three for the finals for energy and sustainable business. So next step is to fill in those scorecards, and we will have a winner and a runner-up from these three.
Great.
Okay.
I'd just like to say thanks a lot to all the teams for the pitches, and obviously for all the enormous amount of hard work that went into the hackathon over the weekend. And it's great to see some really interesting ideas coming out, and I look forward to kind of seeing them develop going forward.
Same here.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us and lending your expertise throughout this whole process, really. And you may thank you Rockstart for providing a great venue in Amsterdam as well. There's going to be ongoing opportunities to keep mentoring and helping all of these teams, really, no matter where they place in the judging. I think really what matters most is the dedication and passion of teams who want to continue. So let's all go out there and keep working on our ideas and developing these projects and make an impact.
Yeah, and I would, for one, I'd be happy to be in touch with all three teams, because actually all three ideas are useful to a number of pieces of work that we're currently doing at Forum. So, Dan, I don't know if you could facilitate that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll introduce you to all of them by email.
Great. Thank you.
Happy to do so, and thanks for the offer. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everyone. We've got a break of 1 hour now, and then we'll be going to public awareness for our next session. It's on the same YouTube channel, and in public awareness we have some teams. We have we have 5 teams in public awareness. Teams from Nairobi, Berlin, Krakow, New Delhi, and Mumbai, and covering all sorts of things from environmental initiatives with a community focus to promoting local produce to analysis and tracking of the health of the environment. So that's all coming up in 1 hour's time. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks very much
for presenting today.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.